Marine life being kept in captivity in public aquariums is a topic of great importance to me. Because of this, I am studying the morality and the ethics behind this topic. This issue is extremely important because it relates to animal welfare, something we have learned a lot about over the course of this class. Here is a picture of me with some school friends taking a school trip to an aquarium when I was younger. At the time, of course, I was not concerned with issues of animal welfare, which can be described as taking care of the key requirements for adequate food, water, and a suitable environment, companionship, and health for animals. On top of that, aquariums can be described as popular settings that afford notably diverse visitor audiences across the globe with unique informal learning experiences, and furthermore, they are fascinating and accessible sites for studying the individual and group level behaviors, needs, and priorities of animal and people. I am researching this problem because I want to know why humans keep marine animals in captivity in public aquariums to be shown off for fellow humans. Aquariums are typically advertised as educational settings, but my question is that the whole truth? This issue largely pertains to the ideas within green criminology that humans are responsible for harming the environment as well as the animals that live within the environment. The 2013 film Blackfish was one of the first times the question of morality surrounding keeping animals, specifically marine animals, in captivity was brought into question and boosted into the mainstream media. This film wanted its audience to consider the inhumane treatment of orca whales in captivity in SeaWorld, and it really exposed the ways in which these animals were treated. The aim of the film was to bring sympathy for the animals and to send a message that they should not be kept in captivity. Instead, they should be in their natural environments. Aquariums are often used as a metaphor, meaning that they are able to act as metaphoric connections between public audiences and animals. Because of this metaphoric status, they can also be described as moral actors. Aquariums are places that are highly valued by people, while at the same time, that means that they should hold a certain amount of responsibility over the quality of life of the animals in their care. The social conditions allowing for marine animals to be kept in captivity have existed for over a millennia, as humans have a history of building enclosures to hold aquatic animals in for both aesthetic and aquacultural reasons. All of these connections bring in many moral questions over whether humans have the right to be treating animals in this manner. Aquariums are typically considered as educational, high-valued places in society, mainly due to the fact that many aquariums advertise the fact that they have saved the animals in their care by keeping them in captivity, inferring that they would not be able to survive in the wild, which begs the question of whether or not this phenomenon of keeping marine animals in captivity is exploitive or protective. Based on this, it can be argued that humans choose when to acknowledge the suffering of these animals and what they do about it. There is also a looming threat of biodiversity when it comes to aquariums. Aquariums say that they want to fight against species extinction and to protect animals in their natural habitats. However, there is much criticism for this claim. Critics argue that aquariums do little for biodiversity and that they only promote and justify exploitative actions by taking away animals from their natural habitats and taking away from the environment. Beyond the more obvious social conditions that led to the rise of aquariums, such as the general curiosity of the public, lies underlying social conditions that gave rise to this specific phenomenon. That being is that what individuals will do to animals is a direct reflection of what they will do to each other, which is also another common theme in green criminology. Green criminology is very directly related to the issue of animal abuse and animal captivity. Animal rights supporters argue that there are two kinds of animals, humans and non-humans, and that both have rights and interests as sentient beings. They believe, however, that the dominant ideology of speciesism enables humans to exploit non-human animals as commodities to be eaten, displayed, hunted, and dissected for human benefit. Speciesism describes how animals are discriminated against by humans due to the perception of human superiority. There are many consequences that come with keeping marine life in captivity, many of which have to do with the health and welfare of the marine animals. Most captive fish live short lives and are easily replaced with new quote-unquote stock, creating a constant demand that feeds a cycle of collection, production, acquisition, and death. Furthermore, keeping fish in captivity is overall questionable, as these animals are sentient beings just as humans are, who are kept in small cages, who are used for human entertainment or education. Another reason why marine animals are kept in captivity is because aquariums allow scientific knowledge to be displayed to the public as well as benefiting scientists. Specifically, another underlying justification for aquariums in keeping these marine animals captive is that it is beneficial for the prospects of the scientific community. When animals are held captive, they are at the mercy of the humans taking care of them, which allows them to be studied and prodded in the name of scientific improvement. Although scientists do not prefer aquarium settings and to study animals through the glass over their natural environments, it can be said that these cultural institutions stand at an important intersection between field and laboratory, and between scientists and public exhibitions of scientific knowledge. Upon doing further research into the morality and ethics behind keeping marine life captive in aquariums, it is evident that there are both pros and cons to aquariums. They are educational for the general public to learn more about marine life and the oceans in general, but that often comes at the expense of the animals themselves. A big reason why aquariums are so popular is due to the business aspect. According to a global UN study from 2003, more than 20 million tropical fish are caught per year for trade purposes in Europe and the United States. This shows that not only are aquariums a very monetary-driven business that brings into the question of their true ethics and morality surrounding the welfare of the animals. As previously stated, aquariums are often presented to the public as spaces to be educational about ocean life, spaces where visitors are able to see so many marine creatures in such a small area without external influences. The atmosphere created when large numbers of people stood side by side to view the spectacle helps to intensify the impact even more. However, there is also a dark side to aquariums. Animals being kept in captivity behind glass causes problems. Mostly moral problems. Should these animals be kept away from their home, forced to be entertainment for humans? Aquariums can cause real damage, as further proved by the film Blackfish, in which an orca whale was extremely overworked and stressed out due to the environment they were living in and attacked a trainer.
Forearm and started to drag her and eventually did a barrel roll and pulled her in. May have started as play or frustration and clearly escalated to be very violent behavior that I think was anything but.
Despite the research that supports that aquariums may be morally wrong, I can also understand the side that supports the aquariums, because it can be said that many species, specifically endangered species that are endangered and in danger of becoming extinct due to harmful human action, have a need to be protected and held captive by the humans in order to care for them and preserve their species as well as their habitats. Overall, after researching further about the pros and cons and the ethics of public aquariums, it seems that there is a benefit and cost analysis based on whether or not the education of the general public on oceanic life serves the greater good of protecting our oceans as well as our planet.